Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Ramadan.TV. My name is Ayantifo, and I would like to introduce the show today. What we're doing is explain how we are going to split down the program for 15-minute schedule. And today's schedule we have Dr. Tarafdar in the studio, who will be talking to us about depression and the taboos that it has in our society. We will also be addressing the Tower of London, the Tower fire in London, and how the community has come out and helped, and the heroic Muslim bravery that we've seen during the fire. We will also be having a glorious Bangladeshi iftar today, and along with that you'll also be seeing all the pictures of what was happening this week. And this is a live TV show, so please call us on the number listed below. The number is 0747374941. I would like to introduce you to my colleague Janara and Dr. Tarafdar, and we'll be talking a little bit more about depression and how it affects our community. Hello Janara.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Jahnara and I am one of the presenters on Ramadan.TV. Today we've got Dr. Tarafdar, who works in Birmingham, and we would like to ask him some questions about depression. Here you go, fire away.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me on the show today and for this opportunity to talk about depression, which obviously is a massive taboo in our culture, and from my experience working within Birmingham. So yeah, and thank you for the kind introduction.
Okay, so viewers, if there is any questions that you would like to ask Dr. Tarafdar in regards to depression, please do WhatsApp us on 0747374941, or you can Twitter us or go on Instagram. You're more than welcome to ask some questions. So doctor, depression in our community, as you know, depression is a massive taboo in our community. Not only is it a taboo, there's a massive stigma attached to it. How do you, as a GP, have you come across that kind of stigma?
So I would agree, yes. There is kind of a huge stigma with depression. I think in more than one way. I think firstly there's a problem with people actually going to the doctor because they're worried about what their family might think. There may be a lack of recognition that they've got depression or there's something wrong. There may be a kind of a macho culture, particularly in males, where they think they should just get on with it. And actually I think there's probably kind of, if it's a physical disease, there may be a lack of recognition that it's not. So with a physical disease, for example, people are more likely to see their doctor, so a broken leg or diabetes, but with depression it's different, it's something that you can't see. So that I think is a contributing factor to the stigma for the person who's got the depression, but actually for their family and friends, what they might think.
Another question, doctor. I find that within our community of with depression, am I right in saying that a lot of it's cultural? They believe to go through the spiritual route when it comes down to depression. How do you tackle questions like that, or have you been in circumstances where a patient refuses to take his or her medication in the hope that if he or she goes through the spiritual route that she'll be diagnosed better?
Okay, so I mean that's an interesting question. I think as a doctor working with Muslim patients and just working with kind of not just Muslims but people of other faiths, it's really important that we recognise the importance of spirituality. So I would say that we shouldn't really separate spirituality from depression per se, in the sense that spirituality can be important for helping people with depression. However, I would also say that depression does exist. It is a real problem. Although we can't always see it, it is a real problem of the mind and the brain. And there is treatment available with a lot of evidence behind that treatment. So it is important that people seek the treatments that they get, whether or not that be psychological therapies or drug treatments, but they can use it in conjunction with their faith. And I think you would find, at least in Islam, and I would say most faiths, there is a recognition of depression as an important problem.
Doctor, I would like to ask you, if depression is not caught or treated at the earlier stages, does it go big, and what happens?
So it is important to try to recognise depression as soon as possible, really. As you kind of mentioned, yes, there is a chance that it could develop further and become more serious. In the worst case scenario, people can feel like harming themselves. It's not unheard of people committing suicide, and you really want to get the treatment that you need before you get to that kind of crisis point.
That's really nice. And you have produced a series of videos on this subject that will be available soon on our website. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you so
yes.
much.
That's the British Bengali Society.
The British Bengali Society videos by Dr. Taraf Dar, and you can watch it on our on our website, and hopefully we can all benefit from that.
In regards to within our community with depression, as a doctor, and like, how can you kind of advertise just to kind of make awareness to the community that if you do know somebody who is suffering from depression? Oh, I think we've got a caller
We've
online.
got a call.
So I'll come back to the question. We've got a caller.
Assalamu alaikum. You're live on Ramadan TV. My name is Ayan. How can I help you? Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Ramadan TV. What's your name? And where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Abdul Jalil. I'm calling from Birmingham.
Okay. Hello, Abdul.
And I must tell you, you're doing a good program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Have you been watching the live show with we have Dr. Taraf Dar in the studio right now? Is there any questions?
That's right, yeah.
Is there any questions you'd like to ask? That is on your mind.
Yes, please. Can I speak in Bengali?
Yes. Yes. I'm sure the doctor speaks Bengali.
If I have
Yes.
any problems, I'll let you know.
Because in my family, a few people who don't understand English. So
Yeah.
they don't understand in Bengali.
No problem.
Thank you.
Doctor, would you like to come over here? And then,
To come down.
yeah,
Okay.
so you can hear him properly.
Yeah. Shall I come just play that?
Yeah, are you still there, caller?
Yes, yes.
Yes, the doctor is right here. What would you like to ask him?
Yeah, Hello.
Hello, wa alaikum salam.
I'm Paul.
জি ভালো আছি
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আমরা একটু বাংলাতে মাত্রাম তাই রকম লাগে আমরা ফ্যামিলিতে সেই বাংলা ইংলিশটা বুঝেন না
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে
যে আচ্ছা ডিপ্রেশন ব্যাপারে যে আপনি আমার বলা একটা খুবই বলে না জিনিস আমরা তো অনেক আমরা আমার ফ্যামিলিতে তো ডিপ্রেশনে আসে না আমরা
জি
তো আপনি একটা অ্যাডভাইস দিবা আমাদের মানে ডিপ্রেশন ডাক্তার কিছু যাওয়া না কিরকম ভাই
আমার সবচেয়ে ইম্পর্টেন্ট অ্যাডভাইস হলো আপনি ডাক্তারে যাওয়া খুব বেশি দরকারি কারণ ডিপ্রেশন রিস্ক আরো আগাইতে পারে আরো বাড়তে পারে ডক্টর বারবার আগে আপনার ডাক্তারে যাইতে হয় আপনার যদি কোনো আপনার কোনো সমস্যা ওর আপনার খালি ভাল লাগে না আপনার অনুবেদনা করে আপনি যদি জান হয় আপনার জান নিতে গিয়ে আপনার যদি কত জিনিস বহুত প্রবলেম আছে ও প্রবলেম বারবার আগে আপনার ডাক্তারে যাইতে গিয়ে আচ্ছা সিমটম আমি ইংলিশে বাংলা একটু মিক্সারে হওয়া লাগবে কারণ সিমটম বাংলা হয় একটু কষ্ট আছে আপনি মেবি ট্রান্সলেট হতে পারবে তে একটা খুব বড় সিমটম হইলো আপনার মুড লো মুড তো একটা বাংলাও প্ল্যান হইবে লো মুড আর একটা খুব বড় সিমটম হইলো আপনার ভালো লাগতো না যে জিনিস করতে আপনার যে হবি আছে না আপনার যে হবি ওটা আপনার জানা হইতো না করতে আপনার ঘুমের সমস্যা হইতে পারে বহুত সময় জানা হইতে পারে আপনার জান নিতে গিয়ে জানা করতে পারে যে আপনার আর বাঁচতাই না আরো কত সিমটম আছে তো দু মেইন সিমটম প্রথম সিমটম হইলো লো মুড আপনার মুড কমে যায় আর সেকেন্ড হইলো আপনার যে জানা হয় না যে বাড়া যাইতে জিনিস করতে আপনি আগে যে করতে পারেন না তাই লো মুড বাংলাও একটা difficult to translate for that. No problem.
Thank you, caller. Please watch our TV.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Wow.
So, doctor, I don't speak Bangladeshi, Bengali, but I understand that you said something about it's in a low mood, the person is very, you know, in a dark space.
Absolutely,
Could you expand on that for our viewers who don't speak the language?
Okay, yep, sure. So some of the important symptoms of depression are, first of all, low mood. So people can feel down, often they'll come in to see us and say they feel depressed. They can feel hopeless about themselves, about the future. They can feel guilt. They can feel guilty that they're not coping. They can lack self-esteem. So there are kind of lots of symptoms related to mood and hopelessness and self-esteem.
Yeah.
Another important feature of depression is where you kind of lack the pleasure of doing activities and hobbies that you would normally be accustomed to.
Yeah.
So for example, people might enjoy going to the gym, they might enjoy going out with friends, they can stop doing those things, they spend it all day at home, and they just can't get the pleasure that they usually would get from those kind of activities.
Right.
Often they'll have problems with sleep, problem with their concentration. So quite commonly I see people with problems at work. They might have had their manager talk to them already, so it can get really severe. You want to really catch it and go to the doctor and get the treatment that you need before it gets to that stage.
Yeah.
And also, I think finally, just to say, physical symptoms are important.
Yes.
So they may have aches and pains, they may get palpitations, you know, and I think aches and pains is particularly important in our community.
Yes.
Because often people can have aches and pains all over and just not feel right.
Right.
But actually no physical cause is ever found. Often it can be because of their mental health.
Yeah, it's the invisible disease
Yeah, of
that
course.
it is.
And finally, not to forget the kind of feelings of harming yourself
Yes.
or even committing suicide.
Yes.
So please see your doctor before it gets to that kind of
Yes,
stage.
we also, we encourage that you go and see your doctor or speak to somebody about it who actually, you know, sometimes in the family they don't understand, your friends might not understand. So it's good to reach out and, you know, the more you discuss it, the more it's not going to be a taboo in the workplace, at home, in schools, you know, everywhere.
And can I just please add, it's not a sign of weakness to have depression.
Yeah.
And also, it's not un-Islamic. And in fact, I would say that Islam encourages us to seek help
Yes.
when we need it.
Yes.
Just because it's something you can't see, as if it's diabetes, for example, or a broken leg, it is still an important medical problem for which there's treatment available. And Islamically, we should, you know, it's not disallowed to seek treatment for depression.
It's true.
And it's not a sign of weakness.
Yeah. Thank you very much, doctor.
You're most welcome.
We will be coming back in 15 minutes. We're going to take a break. So we'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much. Thank you, doctor.